the other one undrafted. Both have been benched. Both have been traded. You name it. There's no question that Nick Foles and Case Keenum's road to reach the NFC title game have been bumpy. But at the same time, the way they've crossed paths on that road has led us to Championship Sunday in Philadelphia in the most majestic of ways. So right now, we're going to go to our favorite thing, read you a book, a children's book, if you will. And we're going to read through a book that we call A Tale of Two Quarterbacks. Each of us will read a few chapters about these quarterbacks. We're going to look chronologically just how we got here. Let's go. Chapter 1. The Eagles draft quarterback Nick Foles as the quarterback of the future on April 27th, 2012. Chapter 2. In November of 2012, Michael Vick gets injured. The Eagles insert Nick Foles. Chapter 3. March 10th, 2015. Nick Foles is traded to the Rams for quarterback Sam Bradford.
Moving on to Chapter 4. This was November 22nd, 2015. Nick Foles is the starting quarterback in St. Louis until his backup, Case Keenum, replaces him. Chapter 5, April 28th, 2016, Rams draft quarterback Jared Goff. Eagles draft quarterback Carson Wentz, who is expected to back up Sam Bradford. Chapter 6, July 27th, 2016, Nick Foles cut by Jeff Fisher. It airs on national TV on August 9th, and Keenum is the starter heading into the season.
Chapter 7, August 5th, 2016. Foles is signed by the Chiefs, led by former Eagles head coach Andy Reid. Chapter 8, August 30th, 2016. Quarterback Teddy Bridgewater has a freak knee injury in practice. Philadelphia then trades Bradford to Minnesota September 3rd. Chapter 9. November 20th, 2016, Week 11 of the NFL season, Case Keenum is benched by Jeff Fisher, and Jared Goff is the starter in Los Angeles.
Chapter 10, March 13, 2017, Foles signs a 2-year deal in the offseason to be the backup in Philadelphia. April 3rd, Keenum signs a 1-year deal in the offseason to be the backup in Minnesota. Chapter 11, Bradford, knee. He cannot finish the game versus the Bears. Keenum becomes the starter in Week 6. Chapter 12, Wentz. Oh, no, Wentz. He goes down in the game versus the Rams. And Foles, oh, yes, Foles. He is the new starter in Week 15.
Which brings us to last week, Chapter 13. Last weekend, Nick Foles, he beats Matt Ryan, the reigning MVP in the playoffs, while Case Keenum beats first ballot Hall of Famer Drew Brees in his playoff game. Which takes us to Sunday, 6:40 p.m. Eastern on Fox. Somehow, some way, some magical mystery land, Keenum v. Foles for the right to go to the Super Bowl.
Peter, how's the story end? How does it end? What a story.
Sleep tight.
Stay tuned.
Nate, there were
What was
about
that
6
voice?
different accents in there. At one point, I think it was Rastafarian. Bradford got there at the man. That's incredible.
It was like Santa Claus.
Hodgepodge of
Kind of.
It was British.
Yeah.
It was just Nate.
Every voice I heard on
It's a dark
SNL.
thing, like Carson Wentz really said. Carson Wentz
Injured. For the season. Hello, Governor. Carson Wentz blows his knee out. Oh, that's terrible.
If you really think about it, though, all jokes aside, wild story.
crazy.
Yeah.
These guys, they started the season as backups. First time we're ever going to have a championship round game where two guys started the season as backups playing against each other. And they were teammates in St. Louis. One of them traded, the other one cut.
There's a weird chapter. Foles is signed by the Chiefs? I don't even remember Nick Foles
Andy
on the
Reid,
Chiefs.
who used to be the coach of the Eagles.
Yes.
Pat Shermer was coaching it.
And he won 2 games with the Chiefs because Alex Smith went down with concussion. So quietly went out there and did his job. But you know what's funny? Every other position in football, a guy could be a third rounder, a free agent. He could disappear for a year or two and then come back and make a statement. And we'll give him credit as one of the best in the game. If you're a wide receiver, running back, DB, linebacker, defensive lineman, offensive line, it doesn't matter. But quarterbacks, you're always known who you are when you come in. You're the third rounder. You're the free agent. You're the backup. If you're a backup, you're always a backup. And these two guys have reinvented themselves and literally rewritten their story, as we just showed you, in a book. And they're writing it as we speak. And it could be a fairy tale ending.
You look at the quarterbacks in that we were named that were not Foles and Keenum. It starts with Michael Vick, right?
I know.
And then it goes...
Timestamps it hard.
You timestamp it, right? And then it's Bridgewater and Bradford, right? then it's Jared Goff and Carson Wentz. There were a lot of guys that were supposed to be there instead of them. Alex Smith, all these names, and yet here we are, and these guys just persevered. A third-round pick and an undrafted guy, one traded, one cut, one left for the wayside. And to think, Keenum signed a 1-year, $2 million deal to be with the Eagles. Foles signed a 2-year, next to nothing deal to be with the Eagles. And for all the money these quarterbacks get thrown at, and now Matt Stafford's never won a playoff game. Derek Carr's never won a playoff game. Kirk Cousins has never won a playoff game. These guys beat Matt Ryan and Drew Brees head-to-head last week. Kudos to them.
Is Keenum going to get a big contract no matter what happens this week?
Absolutely.
He could lose. Like, he could lose handedly. And
I don't think he's getting the 1-year, $2 million deal. I think this is a $10 million.
It's fascinating to me.
Keenum won some games this year.
Big time. We're so far into the trees on it. We should take a moment and look around. Case Keenum joked about it this week. The fact that it is Keenum and Foles in the NFC title game, if you take us back to August, how many segments do we and everybody else do about who's going to win this year and where's it going to end up? And if you could time travel and say, guys, here's the final four. All right, Brady, Bortles, Keenum, and Foles. We would walk away. It's an absurd reality we're in, but it's really, really, really cool. It's different.
Think about the NFC quarterbacks in the preseason. Aaron Rodgers.
They're loaded.
Cam Newton.
Russell